The sea is more than water. It is memory. It is silence. And sometimes it is a grave. Off the northern coast of Egypt, where the Nile spreads its waters into the Mediterranean, lies Abu Qir Bay. On the surface, it looks ordinary. Fishermen sail across it. Tourists watch the waves from Alexandria. But beneath those waves, hidden under layers of sand and silt, lies a secret the sea kept for 2,000 years. A city, a place of worship, of healing, of trade. A city that rose with Egypt's glory and then vanished, leaving no trace above water. Its name was Canopus, and today it has been found. Canopus was once famous. Ancient writers spoke of it. Travelers described its temples. Pilgrims came by land and sea to pray to the god Serapis, a deity of healing, of rebirth, of mystery. The Greek historian Strabo wrote of Canopus as a place where Egyptians and foreigners mixed. Herodotus hinted at its rituals. Even the early Christian writers remembered it, though they spoke of it with suspicion, linking it to pagan worship. And yet, over time, the city's voice grew faint. Earthquakes shook the land. The Nile shifted its branches. Floods and rising seas swallowed the coast. By the 8th century, Canopus was gone. Its temples forgotten, its streets erased, its story drowned. For centuries, people wondered if it was myth. Others believed it still lay somewhere beneath the waters, but no one had seen it until now. In 2025, a team of Egyptian and European divers entered Abu Qir Bay once more. The bay was already known for mysteries. Nearby lay Thonis Heraklion, another sunken city discovered 2 decades earlier. Could Canopus be there too? The divers descended into the greenish gloom, their lamps cut through drifting silt. At first, only silence. Then, shapes began to emerge, a broken granite column rising from the seabed. The head of a statue, its eyes smoothed by centuries of waves. A sphinx, half-buried, staring upward through the murk. Piece by piece, the city revealed itself. Temples, dock structures, coins, statues of priests, even the remains of a vast ceremonial road. For the divers, time seemed to stop. They were no longer scientists. They were guests in a city that had been waiting for them for 2,000 years. Imagine swimming through those ruins. The silence is heavy, broken only by the hiss of oxygen. Your torchlight flickers across carvings that no human eyes have seen for centuries. Sand drifts in slow motion. A doorway opens into nothingness. A statue's arm reaches forever toward the sky. The sea presses down, but it also protects. In the stillness, Canopus has survived. Not whole, not unbroken, but preserved enough to remind us this was real. To understand the weight of this discovery, we must imagine what Canopus was. The city was famous in the Ptolemaic period, around 300–100 BCE. It was a place where Egyptian and Greek culture blended. Pilgrims came from across the Mediterranean seeking healing from Serapis, a god created to unite Greek and Egyptian belief. In the great temple, incense burned. Priests carried sacred processions. Sick travelers left offerings, coins, statues, amulets, begging for cures. Some claimed to walk away healed. Others carried hope back to their homes, believing Serapis had touched them. Outside the temple, Canopus was alive with daily life. Merchants sold spices, wine, and oils. Fishermen unloaded their catch. Families walked the streets, hearing music from taverns. The sea breeze carried laughter and prayer alike. And then, disaster. Earthquakes shook the delta. The land cracked. The sea rushed in. Scholars believe a mix of natural disasters doomed Canopus. Earthquakes, Nile floods, and gradual sea level rise. Over time, the city's foundations gave way. Temples collapsed, streets disappeared, people fled. The sea swallowed. What remained? For the next 2,000 years, Canopus was only a name in old texts. Tourists to Alexandria never guessed that beneath the waves nearby lay a drowned world, an Egyptian Atlantis. Among the discoveries in 2025 were objects that breathed life into Canopus again. A granite statue of Serapis, his face serene, his crown still visible despite erosion. A headless statue of a priest, carrying offerings that never reached their god. Roman coins shining faintly in the light, linking the city to an empire. Fragments of temples, once towering, now lying like fallen giants. Each artifact is more than stone or metal. Each is a voice, a whisper across centuries. Proof that this was not myth. This was a city of real people, with real hopes, real fears. Why do discoveries like this move us so deeply? Because they remind us that forgetting is easy. Entire cities can vanish. Entire cultures can be erased. What we think is permanent, our buildings, our stories, even our names, can sink beneath time. For ordinary people today, that feels familiar. We forget family stories. We lose old letters. We bury memories without meaning to. On a larger scale, humanity does the same. Canopus is a reminder of how fragile memory is. And yet, there is hope. Because rediscovery means resurrection. Many call Canopus Egypt's Atlantis. Of course, Atlantis, described by Plato, was a legend, perhaps a metaphor. But the parallel is powerful. Both speak of cities swallowed by water. Both capture the imagination. Both remind us of the thin line between history and myth. By finding Canopus, archaeologists show us something important. Myths often have roots. Beneath every legend may lie a grain of truth. And when divers lift a statue from the sea, when they show us a city we thought gone forever, the line between legend and history becomes beautifully blurred. Picture standing on the shore near Alexandria. The sun sets, turning the water red and gold. Beneath those waves lies Canopus. You cannot see it, but you know it's there. There is something humbling in that knowledge. We are not the first great civilization. We will not be the last. The sea that swallowed Canopus could one day swallow our cities too. And yet there is beauty, because discovery gives us connection. Across centuries, across languages, across death itself, we can still meet the people of Canopus. We can still hear their prayers in the ruins of their temple. At the end of each dive, the sea closes again over Canopus. The divers surface. The waves roll on, the coastline remains quiet, but everything has changed. For 2,000 years, Canopus was lost, forgotten by time, erased by the sea. Now it is found, not completely, not perfectly, but enough. Enough to remind us that memory can return. Enough to remind us that the past still waits for us, if we are patient. Enough to remind us that no story is ever truly gone. The city of Canopus is not just Egypt's Atlantis. It is a mirror, a reflection of us all. Because one day, our cities too may fall silent. One day our voices may be echoes, and we can only hope that someone, somewhere, will dive into the silence, lift a stone, and remember us.